Welcome back, Wood Gods. So in this video we're going to do the Legend Brace garage door. Just go through what material we make it out of, how we make it roughly. We'll just do one side and then we'll take it from there just so you can see the process really. So basically we've got a jig built out of plywood. We've got 100mm. The rail is set at 100mm from the top, 100mm from the bottom. This is the 2134 side, which is 84 inches. Garage doors tend to be a standard size. You get your odd sizes in between, like this one, I think 2114 or something like that, but we'll build that off this jig anyway. So yeah, they should all be standard sizes. Obviously with anything it's standard. So you'll go from like 1981, by 1981, up like every 6 inches in width and 6 inches in height to 2134. So yeah, so we build our garage doors out of X 32 by 150 planed up, and this is what we use for our back rails and our rails. As I've said before, we get this all planed up off site at the moment because it's far cheaper for them to do it. What takes they'll probably do like, I don't know, 30 meters a minute. We'll probably struggle to do a meter a minute fully planed up and put through the squared up, put through the thicknesser as well. So yeah, it's far cheaper to do it like this, probably 15p a meter or something. They're charging us to plane it up. Maybe less than that, I can't remember to be fair, but it works out far cheaper for them to do it. Not great in the long run. If it's going to be stood about for ages and ages and ages, obviously it will move, it will warp. It's wood, it's a natural product, it's going to. But for our sake, it's easy to do this. For your sake, it's probably easier to do this in the short term until you get to the point where you can plane it up yourself and everything else. Trust me, I've made 10 sets of these a day. I had to plane everything up, build them all, get them wrapped. 12-hour day, no messing about. So yeah, so we set our rails on the jigs. If you haven't got any curves or discrepancies, like kind of a little bend in it, make sure that's facing down. So, any cupping, anything like that, should be minute, but always face down on the back of the door. So that's it, your rails are in place. We've got our materials here, as in our boarding, and we check this. I just try find, like that one there, it's got a bit of a dodgy edge. So that'll be the one that I start off to cut off with the edge. Easy enough to work out. Obviously, you got your width for your board. Onto your rail. So rail will work out at 1067, should be thereabouts. And then obviously your board is 112mm at a time. So yeah, so basically you try get your rips as even as possible, one with a tongue, one without. Or another way to do this, if you're not doing that, is stick all your boards on. Now, it's advisable to glue these, and I'll show you in a minute, but we'll just go through this quickly just so you can get a rough idea. So you can also do this with cut-offs. You don't have to do it with all these boards. You can just do it with cut-offs, which is the way that we do it with gates. Because sometimes you do get a bit of variation in your boards. Especially if you've got a couple of packs. One pack might be 12.5, 112.5 coverage. One pack might be 113.5. It depends who's machined it in the day and who, They generally should all be the same or close to, but yeah, so that's another bad board, so we'll cut that edge off for the next set. So do both rips at the same time. just easier. So yeah, once you've got them set there, look, so that's going to be too much, so we'll get rid of that. Once you've got all them set like that, you can just measure it. You've got, what we've got, 168 mil. So what's that going to be? 84. So then all we do is we take these two over to the saw. Don't forget, you're going to rip it and leave the tongue on. It's always advisable, do your 84 mil like that. Take this over to the saw. Yes, I'm not wearing glasses for all you safety buffs, but and then set that roughly to there. There your starting boards. So they will be, that's your first rip. Obviously your second rip for your end board should be very close to that. Should be. So yeah, so what we'll do, we'll just take these off. And all I do, if we're not doing this on camera, you can generally build a set of these every 30 minutes. Maybe even 20 minutes, so you can build 3 sets in an hour. So we'll get some glue. Put some glue on. And remember not to get this too crazy. You don't want it all squelching out everywhere. And then we'll just push our rails up. Get our first rip. Stick it on. Now the nails that we use are, I think, 38 mil. And then always, so remember you're always making a pair of garage doors. So the bracing will always need to be facing each other. So I always do one angle one way, and then when we build the next set, obviously the other angle the other way to match, so the nails all go in the right direction. So I put them nails in, you'll see why in a minute. And then slide your boards in. Yeah, sorry if it's a bit loud on the mic, I didn't really think of that, but obviously we are working in live conditions here, so, and this, your board's always going to be a little bit awkward and tight, because you know you've only got like probably 0.5 mil in the gap. So yeah, then we get to the end, last board in, and then measure that. So what, 84? Yeah. Right, so I'll just quickly grab a board, take you with me, and then obviously this time we're going to keep the groove on, not the tongue. So we'll reset that up to our measurement. basically all our boards cut to suit this garage door. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, the gas bottles are ready to be changed. 160, 130 odd quid I think, oh no, £116 for them 2 gas bottles to be refilled and changed. So it's extremely cool in here today. So yeah, so we plonk that in. Make sure all your boards are pushed up to the bottom. Obviously we've got a frame round to make sure it's square. Sheet of ply should always be square. I've known them not to be, but always good to check. Push in on it and then go the same way that your nails were on the other side. Obviously we're staying between these two, and then we did, wherever it's been put, have a lot. I don't know where it's been put, the other one. Yeah, so basically what I do is I put them between there like that, and that's between your 2 sets of nail marks that you've put in, and then just mark whereabouts your nails need to go. You can also do this freehand the more experienced you get. So yeah, plonk that one in there. Plonk that one in there and just mark them all, and then what you can do is then just go across with your nail gun, hit it on the marks, and apart from your bracing, which I'll also show you, that is, oh, I've done the wrong one. Yeah, so apart from your bracing, that is your garage door then done. You know, it's not rocket science. Make sure your boards haven't moved. That one's moved a bit, and then yeah, just go across, bang, bang. Oh, we're out of nails. Disconnect when you're reloading these. Did I have a roll out? I'm not sure if I had a roll out. Probably not. Just move that out of the way. Oh no, it's not that I had a roll out. I had a roll here. So they just come out as coil nails. Ready to load into the gun. Like I say, we'll go through roughly what these cost to make, roughly how much profit we make after we've paid everybody. Yeah, so that's basically, you've now got a door that you just need to brace. Obviously the glue will hold it. I always put a little mark on the bottom rail, just so when you flip it over you know which way your bracing wants to go. So flip it over. Get your bracing, which will, it's over here, it's been cut. Sorry, father-in-law cut all this up for me earlier, so go corner to corner. Now you're going to need a decent saw to cut these. This is the one thing that you are going to need. We've got a big Makita saw, so I generally just mark them both sides, just so you roughly, you've got an idea where you want to be. Sometimes with the gates we'll just do a 45, and where they fit, they'll fit on the jig gates anyway. So yeah, so then I'll put bottom, top, just so we roughly, because obviously that'll be the top, that'll always be the bottom on both gates. Where's my square? Grab my square, and then really you only need to mark one of these across because they should all be the same. And mark that across. Mark that across. Just so you can see it on the top, because once you've got your angle set, that's all you need. So yeah, we'll put them like that. I'll be like I need to get a bench set up for these, but I might be able to show you, sorry, what we're cutting it on for now. So I think this saw is probably 10 years old or something. No, never faulted. Been one of my best saws. I just need to get a decent bench for it knocked up. I prefer a bench to the roller tables, but then yeah, literally just line your blade up with the pen mark. And then cut to your marks that you put on. Oh, yeah. And hopefully, with a little bit of luck, and we all need a little bit of luck sometimes, don't we? Yeah, hopefully with a little bit of luck, they'll fit nice and snug. Like so. So all we do with those is again a bit of glue, few screws. Which screws? Where are we at? It's best to do these with a slightly longer bit because you're quite close to the timber. So put an extension bar on. Oh, you see how cold that was? Yeah, so put extension bar on, get your glue pot, go along the end, make sure you get a bit at the top, because if you've got any discrepancy at all on top, that's going to fill. Nice little wiggly worm on the downside. Pop that in there. See what I mean? It will squeeze out if it's coming out. Yep, wang that in there, wang that in there. Like I say, once you've got set up on these and you're rolling, you can make a set of these every 20 minutes. Cutting them up, you probably every half hour, so every 30 minutes. And then don't screw that all the way in just yet. yourself a bit of time, because that'll move, you see. I'll just pull it back. And that's like, you'll have what we call, obviously it can be a gate, or a garage door. They're both made exactly the same. Oh yeah, the bit out there, mother. So yeah, so basically that's your garage door built. Take the excess glue off, and with these joints, because they're not always perfectly level, what I tend to do, get belts on there. Oh, sorry. Take the track marks off, going diagonally. And that basically is one half of your gate, of your garage door. Obviously it takes me a little bit longer with explaining stuff, going through stuff, dragging thingy. But that's one half, obviously fully braced. So this obviously is your garage door, but we do the gates exactly the same, the ledge and brace one. You do like economy factor. Because at the end of the day, not everybody can afford an oak garage door or an oak gate, can they? So you need to supply for all costs. And these are our like bread and butter through eBay and the website. So yeah, so that's one half. Built nice and sturdy. You know, it's like a traditional barn door how they used to be built. So, and yeah, most of our customers are happy with them. So yeah, so if we just nip into finances now, like I say, so in wood, so that door price is £282.28p. We've got it up for. The make and send price with packaging and eBay fees and everything is £159.11p. So we make about £83 profit on that door for half hour's work. So that's just one of our products. And like I say, I've been making these for many years, and the only thing that changes really is the price of the wood. I think the back rails, off the top of my head, I think they're about £2.40 a metre plus that. The boarding we get is 77p a metre plus that. So yeah, it's not a lot really, is it? Not a lot at all. So yeah, that's how we build a ledge and brace, one half of a ledge and brace garage door. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Obviously, we'll wrap this in corrugated cardboard. Generally, put them both together, back to back. Pin a bit of all the offcuts around the sides to create a bit of a frame so that the parcel company can mess about with them if needed. But these are done by two-man lifts, so they should always be on a sack barrow or between two guys. And yeah, basically I might run around it with a bit of sandpaper, just take some of the houses off, but that's it. That's literally it. Takes no time at all to make one of these, and they are one of our best sellers. So I will show you how to make the frame ledge and brace garage doors, but obviously that's going to be a whole different process. So yeah, we'll go over that. But yeah, so that's it. I'm going to wrap that video up here, guys. Let us know your thoughts and comments. Any advice that you guys need on building these. I tend to see that a lot of companies use a 100mm back rail, but I like to use the 145. I think it looks a lot better. Good sturdy rail. And again, a standard size that you can get off that just goes through the planer once, so four-sided once, job done. The board in itself is 112mm coverage by 14mm thick. So yeah, it's a standard board out of X19 B125. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else that we need to cover, guys. I think yeah, that's 1.5, isn't it? So yeah, any questions? Let us know. Love you all. See you later.